Twitter's API has been an essential tool for app developers, marketers, and businesses since its creation in 2006. The API allowed third-party apps to access and interact with Twitter's data, making it a valuable resource for developers looking to integrate social media into their apps. With the API, developers could create apps that allowed users to tweet, retweet, and like posts, as well as follow and interact with other users. Over the years, the Twitter API has undergone several changes and restrictions, as Twitter sought to maintain control over its data and user experience. In 2012, Twitter introduced stricter guidelines for developers, limiting the number of API calls they could make and requiring apps to be reviewed before they could access the API. In 2018, Twitter announced plans to retire several API, including the streaming API and site streams, which provided real-time access to Twitter's data. Twitter's reasons for shutting down the API. The recent decision to shut down the Twitter API has been met with mixed reactions from the app development community. Some have praised Twitter for taking control of its data and improving user privacy and security, while others have criticized the limitations it places on app development. Twitter's decision to shut down the API is part of a broader effort to improve the quality of its platform and protect user privacy. Twitter also cited concerns about the misuse of its data by third-party apps, noting that the API had been used to collect data on users without their consent. While Twitter's decision to shut down the API is understandable from a privacy and security standpoint, it has significant implications for the app ecosystem. Third-party apps that relied on the Twitter API will no longer have access to Twitter's data, leaving them scrambling to find alternative sources. Impacts of the Twitter API shutdown on app developers and users. The Twitter API shutdown has significant implications for both app developers and users. App developers will need to find new sources of data and develop new ways to integrate social media into their apps. Users may see changes in the functionality of their favorite apps as developers adapt to the new reality of the Twitter API shutdown. For app developers, the shutdown of the Twitter API means that they will need to find new sources of data to integrate social media into their apps. This could be a significant challenge, as Twitter's data is unique and valuable, and there are few alternatives that can provide the same level of functionality. Developers may need to invest in new technologies or partnerships to access the data they need, which could be costly and time-consuming. Users may also see changes in the functionality of their favorite apps, as developers adapt to the new reality of the Twitter API shutdown. Apps that relied heavily on Twitter's data may need to be redesigned or reimagined, which could result in changes to the user experience. Some apps may no longer be able to offer the same level of functionality, while others may need to find new ways to integrate social media into their products. How app developers can adapt to the Twitter API shutdown. For app developers, the Twitter API shutdown presents a significant challenge, but there are ways to adapt to the new reality. One approach is to explore alternative sources of data, such as other social media platforms or public API. While these sources may not provide the same level of functionality as Twitter's API, they can still be valuable for app development. Another approach is to invest in new technologies or partnerships to access the data they need. This could involve developing new algorithms or machine learning models to analyze social media data, or partnering with other companies to access their data sources. While these approaches may be costly and time-consuming, they can provide app developers with the data they need to create engaging and innovative apps. The future of the app ecosystem without the Twitter API. The Twitter API shutdown has significant implications for the future of the app ecosystem. Without access to Twitter's data, app developers will need to find new ways to integrate social media into their apps. This could result in a shift towards other social media platforms, such as Facebook or Instagram, or a move towards more innovative and creative solutions. One possibility is the development of new technologies that can analyze social media data without relying on the Twitter API. This could involve the use of machine learning or AI to analyze social media data, or the development of new algorithms that can provide insights into user behavior and preferences. Another possibility is the emergence of new partnerships or collaborations between app developers and social media platforms. As social media platforms become more focused on user privacy and security, they may be more willing to partner with app developers to provide alternative sources of data. This could result in a more collaborative and innovative app ecosystem, where developers have access to a wide range of data sources to create engaging and innovative apps. The Twitter API shutdown is disrupting the app ecosystem and forcing developers to adapt to a new reality. While the decision to shut down the API is understandable from a privacy and security standpoint, it has significant implications for app developers and users. Developers will need to find new sources of data and develop new ways to integrate social media into their apps, while users may see changes in the functionality of their favorite apps. Despite these challenges, there are ways to adapt to the new reality of the Twitter API shutdown. App developers can explore alternative sources of data, invest in new technologies or partnerships, or develop new algorithms or machine learning models to analyze social media data. The future of the app ecosystem without the Twitter API is uncertain, but there are opportunities for innovation and collaboration that could result in a more engaging and innovative app ecosystem. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe for more videos on interesting topics like this.